Baylor's weird season, guys, did take a downturn in a 30-14 home loss to those Texas Tech Red Raiders. It's kind of tough to say to me what was most troubling for the Bears. I don't know if it was the non-existent rushing game. They had 17 yards on the ground. The perpetually perplexing play calling. That's a little bit of alliteration there. And or the lack of playmaking by the defense, which they didn't play very well either. So is there still hope for a turnaround for this team? And what would that even look like maybe from a record standpoint? What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I think there absolutely is. I mean, I am the eternal optimist here. I'll continue that trend. I think there's an okay chance that you can go 6-6 and make a bowl game. You need to go 4-2 in the last 6 to do that. And I think the next 3 are pretty favorable at Cincinnati, home against Iowa State, and home against a very struggling Houston team. So, I feel like every time I'm asked that question, it's kind of like kicking the can down the road. Like, we'll see. Maybe they can turn a corner. We thought that fourth quarter against UCF was going to do that. And then Texas Tech happened, but I think there is hope. I think it's kind of foolish to not think there is a path forward, because obviously that fourth quarter showed that they have it in them. But I guess the rest of Big 12 play has not. I think they've scored, 6 points against Texas, 10 points against UCF, other than that fourth quarter, and then 14 against Texas Tech. That's not going to win a lot of Big 12 games. So my long answer is yes, there is hope, but we've still got to kind of see it be consistent.
Absolutely. So, John, what do you think?
Well, I think Baylor is playing its most favorable schedule I've ever seen.
Right.
Now, they haven't done much with it so far, but when you look, they don't play Oklahoma, clearly the best team in the conference. And it's kind of weird saying this. In most odd-numbered years, they would be going to Kansas. And Kansas is a pretty good football team this year. So they don't play them either. And I agree with Zach. The next 3 games are really pivotal. I think they're all winnable. Cincinnati on the road, Iowa State and Houston at home. I think they probably need to sweep those 3, because I think the schedule gets at least a little bit tougher the last 3 games. Let's see, at K-State and TCU, and then West Virginia at home. I think those are going to all be pretty tough. Now, I don't know about West Virginia. They've been kind of a surprise team, and Baylor usually just stomps them here. But this is an unusual year as far as just Baylor being very, a really good team. But I think they still have a shot.
Yeah, Zach mentioned a key word there, and I think that's consistent. They have not been consistent. We have seen flashes where they look, like a football team, like a pretty decent football team. Obviously, that fourth quarter against UCF was something to behold. But those flashes have been few and far between, I think. And to me, the most troubling signs for Baylor are on offense. I mean, they just they get in these ruts where they struggle to run the ball, or they struggle to pass protect. And I just thought, to me, it was the low watermark for the offensive line. They did not pass protect well. They did not run block well. There was no lanes to run through. I think Baylor has pretty good running backs. Like, to me, talent-wise, Baylor and Tech are not that, dissimilar. And yet they made Tech look like world beaters. So it's confusing, and I know a lot of Baylor fans are frustrated.